In the bewildering spectacle that unfolds in a rather strange episode of Dr. Jordan Peterson's podcast, we are presented with an analysis so out of left field it veers into the realm of the absurd. The subject of Peterson's scrutiny is a rap song, an audacious foray into hip-hop, by none other than Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald, a duo as incongruous to the genre as chalk is to cheese. Shapiro, with his rigid demeanor and a reputation for being the antithesis of cool, alongside MacDonald, attempt to meld alt-right rhetoric with rap, a genre born from the struggle against oppression and systemic injustice. The irony is as thick as molasses. Peterson, with the earnestness of a scholar poring over ancient texts, dives into the lyrics, treating this bewildering amalgamation as if it were a Rosetta Stone for the modern age. The song, peppered with lines that flirt dangerously with alt-right dog whistles, is dissected with a seriousness that borders on comedic. "They call me offensive, controversial," the song begins, immediately setting the tone for a track that seems more intent on provoking for the sake of provocation than offering any substantive commentary. As Peterson navigates through the song's assertions, on gender, on race, on the culture wars, his analysis lends an air of legitimacy to what is essentially an attempt to sanitize and introduce alt-right ideas into a cultural space that has historically been a bastion against such ideologies. The song's simplistic dichotomies and reductive takes on complex issues are given undue weight, as if their mere encapsulation in rap form somehow elevates their intellectual merit. The absurdity peaks as Peterson meticulously unpacks lines like, "It's only two genders, boys and girls," a flagrant denial of the nuanced understanding of gender that has emerged from decades of scholarly research and lived experience. The spectacle of Peterson, a figure once lauded for his intellectual rigor, engaging with this material as though it were worthy of serious consideration, is a stark illustration of how far the discourse has strayed from any anchor in reality. In this bizarre charade, where intellectual discourse is hijacked by the whims of the culturally tone-deaf, Peterson, Shapiro, and MacDonald form an unlikely trio at the helm of a misguided venture. They navigate through the turbulent waters of cultural and political commentary with the grace of a tricycle in a Formula One race, utterly oblivious to the irony of their endeavor. The trio's foray into the realm of rap, a genre rooted in the expression of marginalized voices, with their alt-right infused lyrics, is as jarring as it is perplexing. It's a spectacle that reeks of desperation, a feeble attempt to cloak regressive ideologies in the guise of modernity and relevance. By lending his analytical prowess to such a farcical endeavor, Peterson inadvertently positions himself as the intellectual enabler of a project that not only fails to grasp the essence of the genre it seeks to infiltrate, but also trivializes the very issues it purports to address. This episode is not a bridge between worlds, but a glaring beacon of the intellectual morass into which public discourse has descended, where the pursuit of controversy trumps the search for truth, and the echo of genuine cultural resonance is drowned out by the cacophony of self-righteous posturing. This episode, rather than offering a bridge between disparate cultural realms, instead serves as a cautionary tale. It showcases the dangers of intellectualizing content that, at its core, seeks not to enlighten but to divide. The decision to analyze, and thereby elevate, a song that clumsily attempts to introduce alt-right ideology into hip-hop, a genre that epitomizes resistance against such reductive thinking, is a misstep that veers dangerously close to parody. Yet here we are, witnessing a moment where the boundary between earnest analysis and satire has not just blurred but seemingly disappeared.